Hello, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use your Outlook calendar to create a Teams meeting and invite all your students so they can do a live lesson. The reason we're doing this is if a year team bubble goes down, those students will have to go home and do remote learning. And this is a nice easy step-by-step guide of how to actually create a Teams meeting for those students. You'll be familiar with Outlook because that's where we get all our emails from. What you may not use in Outlook is the calendar feature. Now, the calendar feature can be found by clicking on this button down in the bottom left corner. Okay, and you'll get this view when you click on it. It basically shows all of your timetable, and as you can see, I've got different various meetings going on throughout the week. But if I wanted to say the year 8 bubble went down and I wanted to set up a Teams meeting, I could double click on 8x4 and it will open up this screen. Okay, this is generated from Sims, like I said. We've got the timings there, so if you wanted to tweak the timings slightly, you can. And all you do is click on Teams Meeting. And what that does, it sets this up section down here, which I'll talk about in a second, and it'll have the required. And this is how you invite your students. So you can do class, and you can enter the class, and it'll pull up the students you want. So if I wanted all of 7G, I can double click on that, and there you'll notice the email address 7g-cp@heels.plymouth.sch.uk. Those are the email addresses. It's your class code at heels.plymouth.sch.uk if this doesn't actually appear. I'm not going to click on this now, but it will literally just appear like that, and you'll have all the people in there, and it'll tell you how many recipients there are. I'm going to get rid of that because I don't want to invite them into the meeting now. The key thing you do have to remember though is these options down here called meeting options. So if I click on meeting options here, what will appear in a pop-up screen is this here. It's an unscheduled meeting. Who can bypass the lobby? Well, I only want people in my organization. Okay. And you can let calls for you don't want that highlighted. Announce calls and then join and leave, so it will tell you who's joined and who's left. Who can present? This is the big important one. You want to make sure that it's only you who can present. Now, we covered this in previous meetings, but this will turn all the students into what is known as attendees. It means they will not be able to share their screen with you, okay? Once you've done that, you press save, and that's done. You can get rid of that bit there, and that is updated those meeting sections there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a false meeting now and show you how it's pulled in to Teams for you. So if I just get rid of, no, I don't want to save changes. So let's just say I've got a class here and I'm making it a Teams meeting as we did previously. And just put fake class. I'd have my email recipients in there if I wanted to. I've set my options, okay, and I can just go send. The account will be sent, okay. So what I'll do, I'll add Mr. Stone because he asked me to create this video. Don't worry about this, it's for the video. Okay, and if I just press send, that is now sent a meeting request to Mr. Stone, who will reply whether he can make it or not. And that there is done at the moment. Okay, you would have set a reminder. So if you go back into that, you'll see it's all there. You can set yourself a reminder as well, as you would any other meeting of 2 hours before how long you want it to be. Okay, if I just don't save changes. So that's with Outlook. Okay, so if I go into Teams now, Teams has also got a calendar, which is on this side here. So if I click on this, you will see it's pulled in all of the calendar from Outlook, and there's my fake class, and I can click in there, and there's Mr. Stone, and I can just click join, and basically if I click join, it's all set up ready to go. So if I go join now, okay, I'm actually in the meeting now. In order to change your background, which is one of the features we need to go over, is if you click on these three dots, you can go show background effects. You can blur your background if we just preview that. As you can see down here, it's previewing. You can change whatever background you want to. If we just press apply. So that's the background setup. So you want to make sure your background's blurred or you've got a picture there so they can't see whereabouts you are. The next thing I want to show you is how to actually record the meeting. So if you click on here and you can click start recording, that will actually start the meeting recording. It'll carry on. Please remember to turn the meeting recording off after you finish, which again, it will just click on there and stop recording. Okay, that is one way to go through with that if you wanted to do that. The hand up feature, which students would use, is along the bar here. So if you clicked on that one there, student clicked on that, it would say your hand's raised and you would get a little icon there to say that the hand is raised and you can actually talk to the student. This is the chat facility to show the conversation. So if you wanted to get students to respond to anything particular there, you can. And this one is the participants. This is all the people who are actually invited. As you can see, Mr. Stone's not responded yet, so he's not joined the meeting. But you'd have all of those there. But if I wanted to, you could ask them to join, to give them a call. That would call those students and they would actually join said meeting. So I'm going to end the meeting. So if I was finishing the meeting off, I'd click on the three dots. I would stop recording. And then I could hang up to leave the meeting, or you can just end the meeting yourself, where it means everyone's ended. So I end meeting. So that means it ends the meeting for everybody. So what you want to do when you're doing this, to make sure students aren't still hanging around on the call after you've left, you can, if you hang up, that just means you leave it and students will still be there. If you want to end it for everybody, three dots and click on the end meeting. Okay, yes, I do. And that means it's all left and the meeting's done. You'll get an email about the recording if you are recording. I've covered both recording and not recording, just in case we do go down that route. And it will appear in the chat facility, as well as the email that will get sent out to you. So that's how you can set up a Teams meeting via Outlook for a class if they actually go down via the Bubble system.